Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This video is on trade recap for the sell trade I took on GBP USD, and before I took the trade, I share the setup with the community on Telegram. So I have a community on Telegram and I shared the setup on Telegram. So on Telegram, I shared the setup today. I told them that we have a good level, that is IFVG, internal inverted fair value gap, and also I gave them this setup here, and also the entry was given. So let's go to the chart and see what I did for me to arrive at this sell trade. So in the morning, we had this fair value gap, and here on the daily time frame, we see price was rejecting on the daily time frame fair value gap. And what do we have on Monday? Today we see price open with a gap, but we had this low that price did not take because our direction, the bias was bearish. So I was expecting price to come bearish because we also have a fair value gap that was not, filled. So coming to this, we go to the 4 hours time frame, and then what do you have on the 4 hours time frame? Since last week, we see price, creating this range from this low to this high. We see price creating a range. Let me mark it out. We see it from this low to this high. We see price creating a range. And if you put your price level chart from this low to this high, we see that on this range, we have an inverted fair value gap. That is here. We have an inverted fair value gap. So, and that fair value gap, inverted fair value gap, is at the 50%. And what was I expecting? I was expecting price to come into the level before this low will be taken out. And we see price went bullishly into the level for price to take this low. So we had something like this. We see price coming into this level before going down to take out this low. So guys, this was the bias I had for the London trade. And going to the 15 minutes time frame, what do we have? We see price rejecting at this inverted fair value gap. We see price is rejecting. Then on the 5 minutes time frame, we also see that there was a price rejection, and we had a change in the state of delivery. Why? Because we see an SMT divergence with the EU. There was an SMT with the EU. So SMT with the EU, and also this particular candle is the one that sweep this liquidity. So when we are going to determine our change in the state of delivery, we have something like this. So this was a change in the state of delivery. And what do we see? We see price closing below this point, and we expect to see price going in bearish. Even though the entry was not clear, but I had this in mind. And if you look at it, we see that price is above the Asian box. This was the Asian range, and we see price has taken out liquidity above it. However, dollar did not take out the Asian low, as we are expecting dollar to take out the Asian low, but it did not take out the Asian low. So what do we have? We see that right from there, price sold from this level, the level we had. We see price sold from this level, and then we had our what 1:4. So this was the trade, and we see price going bullish right from that time. And for this trade, I didn't take this trade, this bullish trade, because there was no clear confirmation for me to buy, so I didn't take this trade. But let's look at what has happened in the price. Looking at our price action, we have the weekly time frame. Let's look at the weekly time frame. What has happened? Let me clear this chart markup. So the weekly time frame here, we see we have a fair value gap, because within the week I said that we are having also this fair value gap and we want to see it violated, but it seems like because of the uncertainty in the market, we see US attacking Iran, so things might change along the line. So what we see here, we see this weekly candle. We see a sweep of liquidity below the weekly low, previous week low. So we see price sweeping liquidity. And if you look at the dollar, we see dollar did the same. We have equal highs, and we see price sweeping this liquidity above this equal high. And also at this level, we see previous week high been taken. But on the euro, we have, and last week was an inside bar, that is this weekly candle. The price stayed within this weekly candle, and this week we see that this low is not taken. So we have a potential SMT divergence on the euro. So going to the GPUSD tomorrow, what I want to see is price within the week attacking this high, because we see an SMT divergence, and also price it's at this level, which is the fair value gap. So we'll be attacking this level because there's no significant break of market structure on the weekly. And also we have an SMT divergence with the what? With the Euro USD. So let's go to the 4 hours time frame. Using time frame alignment, we have the 4 hours time frame. And what do we have? We see we have this sweep of liquidity, and here we have another block, and then we have already break structure at this level, because we see this swing low, this is a swing low, this is another swing low, and then this swing low has taken out this swing low, and also this. And if you look at here, we see price closing inside this low. That is a clear indication on the 4 hours that price might likely go bullish. And we see a market structure shift. And here we have a potential break of market structure, because the candle has not yet closed. So we have a potential break of structure here. So we have our BOS here, and we have our market structure shift. So from here, we can see that price is likely to go bullish, because we have a fair value gap that is likely to be violated. Where is the fair value gap? We see this level is a fair value gap that is likely to be violated. As soon as price close above it, we are likely to attack this particular high, which is the external range liquidity. So tomorrow, I want to see more bullish prices. It's either we have something like this, or we are going to have something like this for the bullish prices. But tomorrow I'll be expecting more bullish prices. So guys, if you're new to this channel, kindly subscribe, and we have a Telegram group you can join for you to follow our price direction and also trade along with us. So good night and have a nice evening. Bye.